First, I found and marked the height of the concrete slab and dug around the perimeter. So I knew how deep to dig for the patio area. I need about 6 inches so I can have room for a gravel base and a 4-inch thick concrete slab. I rented a dump trailer from the local Home Depot to load and dispose of the ground material. The trailer lifts up to make the disposal of the material a breeze. Now that I have the ground removed and leveled out, it's time to bring in the base material. I am using road base. It has everything from fine rock dust to 3/4-inch rock, so it compacts very well and is great for a solid base under concrete. I raked out the material and then screeded it flat, still ensuring there is 4 inches of room for the concrete slab. The base will mirror the surface of the concrete. Wet down the surface and compact it. A flat, compacted base ensures the slab won't settle and crack over time. Forms. Take a short piece of wood and attach it to one end of the 2x4, leaving half of it hanging over the end. Now butt the next form up to the first one and line it up straight. Once it looks good, secure it in place with a few more nails. Use a string line to give you a nice straight guide to line the form up with. If you don't have steel pins, wood stakes are another option. Now reinforcement. Place the rebar in a 2 or 3 foot grid inside the prepped area. You may have to cut it to make sure it fits. Overlap the bars about 10 inches so they can be tied together. I'm using a spinner tool and some loop ties to twist the loops around the rebar. You can also use pliers and tie wire, but I prefer the loop ties as it's faster and easier. Time to wheel in the concrete. I have chaired up the rebar to ensure it is sitting in the concrete and not on the ground, as well as lift it as I go. I first get my edges flat and to the correct height so I have something to screed to while placing the slab. You want the screed to be pointing in the direction of where the water is going to drain off the concrete to make sure the water can travel the direction you want it to. Now smooth and close up the concrete with a bullfloat. This also helps flatten out the surface and work up the cream. I used a string line to snap a line into the concrete surface for my cutter to follow to get a nice straight line. Control joints will control how the concrete cracks. This is a special tool called a double cutter. This patio design has smooth borders throughout it, so this tool makes the work easier and faster doing both cuts at the same time. Efficiency is key with concrete as you don't want to get behind. Now that all the control joints are in and the patio is edged, it's time to go over everything by hand and get it cleaned up. I'm using a magnesium float to wisp up the surface and get it creamy and flat, as well as opening up the control joints and running the edger again. Ensure to take out any lines left by your cutter and edger to leave a flat surface. All the 1-foot strips you see will have a smooth finish, and the squares in between will be broom, as you can see me doing now. This is the second pass over the slab where I am using a trowel instead of the mag to give it a smooth finish. I broom the square sections as I trowel my way across the concrete on my knee boards, being careful not to let the broom leave marks on the smooth sections. Timing is crucial in the concrete world. Leave yourself enough time to get across the slab before it gets too hard. Make sure you always leave yourself an exit point so you don't work your way into a corner getting stuck. Here is the final result: a broom-finished patio and walkway with smooth borders.